Alright, we're going to take a look at the rail line that I've built. It connects one end of my properties to the other within the world here. It goes quite a ways. I tried recording it at one point. It wound up being over 10 minutes, so I decided to break it into a couple of different shots. This is the far terminus. This is at my underwater mansion. You'll notice, I don't know if you can really tell, there's a powered rail that I have at the stopping point, each of my properties. I've just got an powered rail, no redstone torch. Instead, I've got a switch. That way, when your cart comes to a rest, all you have to do is hit the button, and it kicks you right off. Now we'll see if we can make it through at least a couple of stops here without hitting any livestock. For some reason, the pigs especially just seem to have a death wish. They want to get on the rail just as I'm passing by. Of course, that stops you, sometimes even starts you going backwards. Part of the reason that I made the rail line here in stops. I didn't make one continuous non-stop trip. I had it go to different little houses and huts that I'd built, so that if I did get stopped by a pig or a sheep, it wouldn't be so far to have to backtrack. One of these days I'm going to come along and put fences along the route or something just to keep the animals away. Now, if you look to the left, you'll see Mount Pumpkin, as well as water and a little bit of lava down there. I didn't feel like going over the mountain, so I just went through it. Now you see there's some burning netherrack I have out here. You'll see a lot of those, as well as cobblestone pillars with torches on top. I use those for blazing my trail across the wilderness. That way I don't get lost. Just a couple of stones stacked on top of one another with a torch, or a flaming piece of netherrack helps you keep sight of the path that you're on. Of course, depending on how cluttered the landscape is, if you've got a lot of trees or something, you have to put them more frequently so you don't lose them in amongst the tree trunks. With a fairly open landscape like this, you can drop them a little less frequently. It's just, I thought it was an easier way than building a road or, blazing an actual path through. I just every so often would drop something that burns. It makes it easier to see it at night, too. If I happen to be out exploring and I'm not watching the time and the sun sets, it helps lead me back to one of my houses. See that chicken crossing my railroad? Or why? Here we go. I love this area. Desert on one side, snow on the other. And this little intersection really is kind of awkward. Don't know that I care for it. Probably going to change it up a little bit, but make that switch so that we can go on to our next destination. Most of my areas, that's what I've done. I've just made a T intersection, put a switch up right at the T juncture that will allow you to switch the railway back and forth, and then a sign to remind me which direction is which. Anyways, that is about halfway on our trip. I'm going to go ahead and cut this video off quickly and then we will rejoin the trip momentarily in part 2.